Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mahmoud. I'm the host for today, and we have George Arevalo today joining us. Welcome to the podcast, George.
Thank you, Mahmoud.
So George is the COO of WonderBets. It is a legal online gambling platform. Um, I will let George introduce himself and then we can dive a little bit more into WonderBets.
Thank you, Mahmoud. I'm an IT professional with more than 20 years of experience. I have been working in different industries, but my most recent experience is in banking and in gambling, online betting specifically. I have been senior vice president of a foreign exchange bank in Panama, Ladex, that is also listed in the New York Stock Exchange. And I have a lot of experience in digital transformation projects. I have experience with entrepreneurship because I used to have my own software development company. I had it for 7 years, and I was able to have different projects in Colombia, Venezuela, and El Salvador.
Great, great. A lot of international experiences. So we can learn a lot from you from in this podcast. So
Thank you.
you wanna walk us through, especially for my audiences, whoever doesn't know what WonderBet is, what's the company, what do they do, and who are the targeted audience or targeted clients?
Well, in 2014, the Colombian government made the regulation for online betting platforms. And basically, these are platforms that allow you to play on traditional slot games uh, or bet on sport events or play in live casino games. Uh, and these platforms are very mature. The most mature markets are Europe and Asia. And in Latin America, Colombia was the first country that regulated the operations. And many people are not familiar with this, but this regulation that is based on the regulation from the UK and Spain is very tough, and the onboarding process and AML process is on par with the process that the banks have. Being able to work in both industries, I can say from uh, first-hand experience that they're almost identical. So it's not something shady. It's a very regulated market. And Colombia right now has between 16 online legal platforms. Um, and the main clients or main market obviously is men's, because in Latin America, most of the sports betting is uh, football or soccer. I don't know how you say it. Maybe in the US is soccer. And most of the players are men, but we are seeing, as we are seeing in sports in general, a trend of women's betting and participating in these platforms also. Um, these platforms are an alternative to land-based casinos. And what else I can say? It's a growing market. As I said, in Latin America, Colombia was the first one. Then recently was Peru, and last year Brazil. And in North America, the US have a specific special regulation that only allows certain cities to have this kind of betting. And here in Canada, most of the operators are state, regional owned or government owned,
Hmm.
with the exception of Ontario. Ontario has OLG, that is the one that is owned by the government, but also they opened on 2019 to global operators. So that's like an overview of the industry
No,
and,
that is
and the
awesome.
company.
I didn't know much about this industry, but thank you for the in-depth analysis. So, what's your role in the company? How do like you're the COO? Like, I mean, what I mean to say is, what is your day-to-day job? Like, what are you responsible for?
Well, basically, there's some KPIs that allows you to get a sense of the health of the business. So I have my CFO produce the information every day. I go through it, and based on the trends of these KPIs, I get meetings with different people in charge of either product or marketing to see what we can do to either improve on a good KPI or to correct a situation or a KPI that is not doing as expected, right? And also in charge of many compliance things like being in contact with the Colombian regulator, Coljuegos, also work every day with the compliance officer to see issues and to adapt our pipelines to what the regulator is asking for. The regulation is getting tougher, and that's what it usually happens because um, last year they began putting caps to marketing, how much you can invest, and they are looking a lot on the AML process and all the regulation around money laundering. We have a very tough regulator because all the information that is produced on the online betting platform is consolidated in a data warehouse that the regulator has direct access to. So the regulator sees everything that happens on the live platform, minute by minute, every day.
Is this Colombia specific, the regulatory rules that you are mentioning, or in general, like for everywhere, these are some of the common rules?
And the regulated markets, it's like a standard. It's not only on online betting, also the transactions and the operations of the land-based casino on the machines
Mhm.
are also interconnected with the regulator, and that's like a standard in the world in the regulated markets.
Got you, got you. Cool. How do you guys reach out to clients? How do you get customers? How do you get people to um, use your product as opposed to you said there are 16 competition, right? So um, why would people use your product than the other 15? What do you guys
Well,
do better than the others?
we have the same problem that the banking industry has. There's not a lot of differentiation because if you have one game, all your competitors also have that game. So the competition is in mm, how easy to use is the platform, some functionalities that are specific for pro players, and the main way to attract people is through marketing, specifically social media marketing. Uh, I cannot say that we are doing something different. maybe on the execution, but the basic is the same. What we are trying to use right now is influencer marketing. Um, is not using the biggest names on the influencer community, but more niche influencer because they have more loyal followers. Um, that sense of community helps grow the business. We have actually a very big challenge in 2024 because Wonderbet bought the operation of a big operator that is William Hill. They bought the operation in Colombia, and we had to make the transition from the William Hill brand to the Wonderbet brand that was new without losing customers. We did it with a very great campaign, expectation campaign. We began using the term wonder for the people to familiarize. We didn't change the platform because we wanted them to know that it's the same platform, is the same usability. We have the same problems and the same good things. And it was really successful. And also we have an increase of customers per month that was very great. We uh, when we were William Hill, we have between 300 and 600 active players per month, and we with one term bet we were able to have 6,000 players per month, and this is with a combination of traditional marketing. We have some advertisement on the stadiums, football, soccer stadiums, through social media, um, through other channels. In gambling, it's very common to use affiliate marketing also. So with that mix, we were able to accomplish that, but we still are a very niche platform. It's more just context. The top four platforms in Colombia has 89% of the market.
Got you, got you. Cool.
So the other 11, we fight for 10% of the market, 11% of the market.
Got it, got it. So what do you see are changing over the time, and what are some of the challenges that you're facing, the industry is facing overall?
Um, well, the biggest challenge is that the traditional casino games and the some way sports betting is not that attractive to young audiences. Um, Let me break down a little bit. Sports betting is very interesting for any kind of person, but in the mature markets, it's very complex. So the to be able to introduce a person on sports betting is not an easy task. So most of the people in Colombia, in particular, bet on events. So meaning that they don't bet constantly, but by event. For example, if the finals of the local league or Champions League or something like that, but they not go regularly to the platform. And from the point of view of the casino games are not that interesting for young audiences.
A lot of
And
the Yankees, Gen Zs, Gen Alpha, they don't even know some of the.
yeah, it's more something that attract boomers, Gen X. And so there are some new categories like the crash games and virtual sports and things like that. that are focused more on the younger audience. But anyway, it's you need to gamify a lot, and it's not that easy to do it. Good community, because in this business, what helps you grow is to create a very good community. The community is the one that promotes your page and defends against criticisms and everything. So you need to spend a lot of time building a good relationship with the community.
Absolutely, yeah. So I would deviate from the conversation a little bit. It is a technology business that you're in, right? So how are you guys using any sort of AI technologies in either, generating leads or advertising or internal uses and so on? Uh, if so, what is it for? If not, are you planning?
Well, I think that we have something in common with other industries. That is the need to have a very personalized uh, user user experience, and one part of the that is the support to the clients, right? So right now, it's very common in the industry to have some kind of chatbot, especially on the times of the day you cannot have people answering questions, to use these chatbots to able to assist the players, especially in I don't know, in the early hours of the day, like 1, 2 a.m. That it's not feasible, or it's not cost efficient to have people uh,
Working.
helping the players, right? That's the most common use case.
Mhm.
Also, as I said, the onboarding is very tough. So you need to automate the screening of the person that you are uh, onboarding against lists like OFAC, National Police, or stuff like that. So we have a third-party solutions that do that,
Mhm.
and create a risk profile based on that. We don't, in here we don't have Gen AI, but we have machine learning.
Yeah.
So they help us on the process of onboarding, and segmentation of the clients. That is something that we do on marketing. There are many uh, tools in the industry. One of them is a CRM called Optimove, that they are implementing some AI tools to help you analyze, create the user profile, and be able to target specifically to the needs and the things that each one of the players like. For example, if some player likes soccer, they analyze his behavior and try to suggest things that are related, like virtual games, for example, that are simulations of the actual sports.
Mhm.
That can be very interesting to keep the person more time in the platform.
Interesting. Yeah. Um, no, I'll definitely look into it. What is it? What did you call it? What did you say it's called? Op
Optimove,
Optimal?
Optimove,
Optimove.
and there's also another one that is called Fast Track. And those are CRM solutions. But also there are many things that the industries are trying to do. There are some use cases for AI,
Mhm.
um, but right now the main challenge is to get games that really resonates with the younger audience,
Mm,
because one of the big problems of the industry as a whole is that the most profitable players are old, more than 50 years old.
mm.
So we are not being able to renovate our player base, and that's a big problem
Got it.
in
Got
the
it.
long run.
You just touched base a little bit on there are more use cases of AI in the industry in a bigger picture. Can you explain? Can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
On the automation part,
Hmm.
especially with agentic AI, it's very interesting what we can probably do in the future, because as happens in a bank, you have like a base platform or core system, but you have many other systems around, and collect data, analyze data, and uh, make the systems talk to each other. It's made by coding, using APIs. So when you have to change something, it becomes a project, and your time to market can be affected. So one of the, I think, the expectation of the industry is agentic AI, how the different providers can provide, sorry to be repetitive, uh, agents that can talk with each other and help you with the different tasks uh, in the business. One of the things is, for example, risk management. It's not only on the onboarding, but uh, being able to analyze um, the behavior of the different players and to identify some things that diverge from the usual, uh, and then analyze if there's some kind of fraud or there's some kind of situation you need to handle, right?
Hmm.
And that's you need to do it on time, live, and you need to react as soon as possible. So I think that will help us a lot. And also, probably some kind of AI tools, especially on the layer of controls and regulations, will help us to comply faster and in a better way to the changes in the regulation.
Got it. Yeah, something that will always keep an eye on um, your product and making sure that you're not your compliance with the regulatory system, right?
And also, there's cybersecurity, right? Because these are online platforms. They don't live in on premise, they live on the cloud. And we have all the risks that every online platform has. And, with AI, especially with Gen AI, we have a boom on phishing, on cyber attacks. Right now, no, the malicious persons in the world that don't need to know about technology. They
Hmm.
just need to have access to one of these tools, and they
Yep.
can do a lot of harm. So from the cybersecurity part, there are a lot of use cases when Gen AI is going to help us uh, looking at patterns, identifying and preventing, or at least letting us react as soon as possible to prevent a major breach or a major problem.
Yeah, I mean, with the development of AI and advancement of AI, cybersecurity is like probably one of the most important pieces of the puzzle because you don't you have a lot of information that are out there and there it's gaining more and more. So if like even if you try to secure one product, then there's another product comes in and integrates with your product. You don't know that one is secured or not. So it's a whole different conversation. It's a whole different industry. But yeah, it is a valid point. George, we are almost at time. Just one last question. So, do you have any suggestions? You've been in the industry for a long time. Do you have any suggestion for a new business like ours to, anything?
Well, I think there are two things I always say to people that are beginning their businesses, or they are looking at a way to build a new business from scratch. Is The first one is, remember that you need to be prepared for failure, but you also need to be prepared for success. And that resonates a lot with my experience because I have my own software development company for 7 years. And most people don't say to you that one way to fail is to succeed. Because
Yeah.
if you are not ready for success, you can be in a path to fail. So you need to prepare for success. And many startups are struggling uh, when they have to pass from a startup to what I call an operational company, right?
Hmm.
Because when you are a startup, many things are done by the same person. When you go and became operational, you need to create departments, you need to create some functions that you don't have when you are a startup. And even if you are very successful, the growing pains can lead you to fail, right?
Yeah,
So
no.
it's very important to see that. And the other thing is you need to look not only at the industry you are serving, you need to look at technology as a whole and see what is happening, because many people didn't see Gen AI coming. And Gen
Absolutely.
AI, it's very old, it's not
Hmm.
new, right? So you need to understand the basics of the technology, understand the use cases, and to be able to pivot or double down on whatever you are doing,
Hmm.
right? Because businesses don't live in a vacuum. They live in the world, and the world is connected. So you need to see it. And to be able to see that will help you identifying potential um, I don't think relationships or partnerships that will help you grow, but also some warnings or some stuff you need to address if you want to get bigger and grow
Absolutely. Yeah.
over time.
Cool. These are very wise words. Thank you so much. George, it has been a real pleasure, and I have really enjoyed the conversation. There's a lot of new information that came out. Hopefully, will be great for our audience. Uh, I thank you once again for joining us, and I will see you guys in the next episode.
Thank you, Michael, for inviting me.